Hello, my name is Alex, and in this video we're going to discuss what is product backlog. I have created a picture behind my back. Here is the picture, and we will talk about this picture based on the four major questions. What is product backlog? What exactly this picture means? Why we want to have product backlog? Probably we could work without the backlog. Who is responsible for the product backlog management? And finally, how we fulfill or source this backlog. So we're going to try to answer on the four major questions. So let's start. The first thing that I would like you to review is this picture. As you could see, we have a kind of box or container, and it contains story 1, story 2, technical issue, defect or bug, exploration spike, and etc. And we call it as product backlog items. And that's good enough to make the answer on the first question. So based on the picture, we can say that product backlog is a kind of container or box, please help me, and it contains everything that is known about the product. So the main word here is everything. We are not speaking just about stories, we are not speaking just about defects, but we are speaking about everything. And that's absolutely fair statement for the product backlog. It also worth to mention that product backlog is an Agile and Scrum artifact. It's used in Agile and Scrum environment, but it's not limited to Agile and Scrum only. These days, product backlog could be used in various workflows and approaches and works pretty fine. So let's try to summarize the first item one more time. So what is product backlog? Yes, we can say that it's a container that contains everything that is known about the product, but we could also say that it's a kind of ultimate to-do list that contains everything that needs to be done toward the product development. That's also a fair statement for the product backlog. So we are done with this one. We have understanding what is backlog. Let's move on to why we would want to have it. So why you or me would want to have the backlog? In management, in project management, in traditional management, when we are doing something, when we are creating project or building product, we always create a plan. The plan will help us to address what we are trying to do, when this gonna be done, according to the timeline, and some other details such as complexity or probably other important things that needed to be considered before item can be taken to the development. In our scenario, we have items, and we could call them as deliverables because each item probably represents something valuable. It's probably feature. Yes, we can rename it to feature, for example, that could actually benefit to our product, and we could call it as deliverable. But what we don't have here is understanding when this is going to happen. So probably exploration of spike will be done first. We don't have understanding. But that could be easily fixed. As long as we add the following row here and putting high here, meaning that high is our most highest prioritized items, we started to understand that story 1 at the top of the backlog, and this deliverable more likely will be done first. So this gives understanding to our stakeholders, to our team, to business people who are interested in this product, understanding what's gonna happen next, what exactly will be delivered, and probably when this is gonna be delivered. As long as we know that most valuable items on the top, we can say that more likely story 1 and story 2 will be done very soon. So if to rephrase it In other words, we can say that product backlog is a plan, similar to a plan, but in Agile and Scrum environment. So it's a kind of plan. And we know that we need a plan. So that's why we need product backlog. Let's move on to the third. Who is responsible for the backlog management? Who is this person? Yes, it is product owner. In some other organization, this person could be called as product manager, but still there should be a dedicated responsible person who entirely responsible for the product backlog management. In terms of management, we also consider prioritization. When I'm saying entirely responsible, we don't want to say that other people could not contribute into the product backlog. They could contribute, it's absolutely fine. But the most important thing when other people are contributing to the backlog is that they need to keep product owner in communication loop. So he or she will be aware of any change that could happen over the product backlog. It's really important and it's a very critical thing. So as long as we have product owner, as long as we have transparent workflow how to contribute into the backlog, we are done with this item. It's a product owner and he or she could allow other people to contribute, but this flow should be transparent and he or she, I mean product owner, should be in communication loop. And finally, we can cover number 4, how we are sourcing this backlog. Actually, we could source it from a variety of different areas, but I will highlight just 3 major areas. Area number 1 is our users. Users who actually use our product, they could give us most valuable feedback. They could actually tell us what they like about the product, what they don't like, what they want to get improved, and as long as we keep users happy, probably we will have more sales, more income, and we will be in good shape. So it's first and critically important source of feedback, or actually source of items for the backlog. The second is business. Business could be represented by sales department, by marketing department, and these people usually trying to increase ROI of the product. So return on investment should be higher and they are thinking how to make this. So business represented by different departments including marketing and sales are the second major source for the product backlog. And finally, the third major source is our development team. People who work, who develop the product, they also know the product very well and they could give valuable feedback. So we have reviewed all 4 questions and now you have understanding what is backlog. You know that it contains everything that is known about the product. Second, we have answered on question why we would want to have backlog. So it's a kind of plan that actually contains deliverables and prioritization when they will be delivered. Thus we can have the transparency and understanding when something will be done. Third, we know that product owner is the person who is responsible for product backlog management, but we also know that other people could help him to contribute into backlog as long as they are keeping product owner in communication loop. And finally, how we source it. We source it from variety of areas, but 3 of them are major. It's users, it's business, and its development team. If you like this video, please thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I would like to let you know that I also have my Agile Scrum course, and this course will be useful for those who are about to learn Agile Scrum and especially for those who like to get prepared for Scrum Master certification. So the link to the course will be provided at the bottom to this video, and if you're interested, please take a look at it. Once again, thanks for watching and all the best!